Well, hello. You know the old saying, better late than never. So here I am. I'll let you guys join me. I apologize for the tardiness. We had some technical difficulties, and that's to be expected in life. So I want to see if I am doing it right. Yes, Cindy. Thank you. Thank you for joining me. I am so sorry for the delay. I see I'm getting a ton of texts. But anyways, I wanted to just tell you guys that I can't leave you hanging. I appreciate all of you guys who tune in. There's Curtis. Hey guys. I appreciate you guys tuning in on your Thursday evening, spending some time with me. And so I couldn't leave you hanging because it wasn't working. And two, I was getting very, very frustrated. I don't do well when things don't work well or work. And so I'm not a quitter either, nor are you guys. So this falls into exactly what I wanted to talk to you guys about. So we might as well just jump right into it. I won't have Paul or John helping me tonight, so I will look at your questions, and I want you guys to hit me with anything that you want to talk about. But anyways, I want to start the episode of TNN tonight just saying, hey, wow, what's going on in California is very, very sad, very, very serious. And I have a friend, you all know about Dane, because we're all becoming a family here over at TNN. Dane Censor's my friend who is just a great patriot, and he's a wonderful man, and I see you guys piping over here, and usually I have Paul monitor that so my eyes aren't doing this back and forth. But yeah, I need a few more things on my wall. I need a couple more awards and trophies and whatever. I have a lot of fun with this stuff. But anyways, so Dane has said that he is in California, boots on the ground, and he is helping the people of the terrible fires. He's in Paradise, and he said, Tana, you have not seen anything like this. This is just devastation. And he said he's going to pipe in here tonight via the messages, but I am 15 minutes late or more. Who's counting? And so I just wanted to let you know that Dane is there. He dropped everything to go help the people who are suffering with the terrible fires. And he says, Tana, you have never seen anything like this devastation. And Dane has seen a lot in life. So hopefully he'll pipe in and let us know what we can do to help. Because what I have learned in this network that we've created together here, the MAGA movement, just the American patriots all across the great United States of America, we are very, how do I want to say it? We're loving people, we're patriots, we want to help one another. A lot of us are blessed in the ability to help. There's a lot of people watching who are retired, who have time, who have maybe money, who have resources, and that maybe they can do something to help humanity. Because at the end of the day, I want my network to be positive, uplifting. I want it to be a place where we can all find refuge and we can find hope in each other's stories. And so Dane just said, Tana, there's a lot of people that need help. And I asked him, what can we do? Is it donations? Is it boots on the ground? And he's going to let me know, and he'll tag us in the video. So I recommend that you all will go through the messages, the comments that I receive, because it's really cool to see like-minded individuals and where we're all from. I know we've got Kevin, he comes on weekly, and I haven't seen if he's on because I don't want to have my eyes going back and forth, but Kevin's in Indiana. We've got Curtis, he's in Colorado. We've got Cindy, I believe. Now I'm not sure if Cindy's in Iowa. I believe she is, but she travels to all the rallies. So she is, she's all over, but I believe she's in Iowa. And we've got Randall, and he's in Minnesota. And we've got, Melissa, and she's in Wisconsin. So we're all over the board. My mother and father are in Palm Springs. I've got family in California, and fortunately they're all okay. I've got family in the Palm Springs area. I've got family in the Los Angeles area. I've got family in the Hemet area. So I've got quite a bit of family in California, and they're all safe, but that doesn't mean that there's not a ton of people that aren't doing well. I have not heard it with my own ears, but I've heard the rumors that President Trump is going to go on Saturday to Paradise to see what he can do to help, and be there, to offer support and whatnot, and offer funds. So stay tuned for more of that. I know Dane is working on having me get some media, people that are really, really good, love the president, and would want to tell him what he can do to help the people in California that are struggling so horribly. So keep them in your thoughts and prayers, first off. I mean, that doesn't cost anybody anything. So my recommendation is, when you lay your head down tonight, say a prayer for the people in California. Say a prayer for the people that are losing everything. Okay, I'm reading what Adam says. If only everyone had that same opinion. We are all humans. Help one another, period. I agree. And thank you, Adam. You're a great man as well. And yes, there's so much more that we can do. And when you take yourself out of the position of what's in it for me, what can I get from it, taking, and having a mindset of a server or servant, life changes. And that's kind of how I've always tried to live my life. And I enjoy being a person that does love to help others, and I've been blessed because of it. So I recommend that all of you who are watching this episode, whether it's you can't help out in California, maybe you could help out in another way. One of the people that watches TNN every Thursday night and looks forward to the videos, his name is Tom. I think it's Smalley. I don't want to mispronounce it. But Tom, he was so cool. He told me, he goes, Tana, I love your winning hat. You guys know I can't not put the hat on. But he goes, I love your winning hat, and I love your winning spirit, and I love everything about your attitude is all about winning, but winning in the right way, winning nicely. And so he said, I want your theme song for TNN to be Winning by Santana. And so he sent me the link, and I was like, oh my gosh, I forgot how much I love that song. Well, if we had Paul tonight, he would have had the intro Winning, from Santana. But that's a really good song. So when you get done, or maybe Paul can grab this video and put it up on my YouTube channel with a little of that music, and hopefully Santana won't come after me. If they do, I'll pay for it. I love the song, and it's a really good theme song for me and my business, and for all of you, because we're not tired of winning yet, are we? Give me thumbs up. Are you guys not tired of winning yet? I want to see some explosion on the Facebook Live video. Oh, I guess you guys are tired of winning. I don't see any love. I don't see any. YouTube will allow it. Okay, good. I got a heart. Who sent me the heart? Thank you. Somebody sent me a heart. There's some love. Yes. Okay, you guys aren't tired of winning. Thank you. Nor am I. Lots of love. Lots of explosions. That's what I'm talking about. But anyways, Tom, in the messages, after he said that, Tana, that would be a great song for you, he told me that he cut his thumb right off. And I was like, oh my gosh, it's terrible. We all know what that feels like. Well, I've never lost my thumb, but I mean, I actually just cut my hand yesterday with a really new knife. It hurt like heck. Well, he cut his thumb off. And so he's got bills, and he has a GoFundMe channel. And so once again, if you're gifted and your gift is you're financially secure, if you can go help out a fellow friend, a fellow TNN supporter, a fellow patriot, I don't care if he's for Donald Trump or not, he's an American, he's a human, and he's hurting. So I just wanted to let you guys know. Read the comments. If you don't mind, I'd love it if you'd share the videos. Follow me on all the social media platforms, because I got a lot of things cooking, a lot of really exciting things about to just explode. And life is fun, and life is good, and life is busy. So besides sharing the video as soon as you're done watching it, and then following me on all the platforms, that's a big help, just so that we can expand the base and we can expand everything that we're trying to do here. We want to make this place a platform of love, positivity, kindness, sharing ideas, sharing stories, sharing in the comments what's going on in your life. How can we help? So Dane sent me a message and said, Tana, I need President Trump to come to California. Like, what can you do? And now, boom, I'm not saying I did it, but the universe works in magical ways. And now, literally, he sent me that message. And then I got done doing what I was doing. And he said, he's coming. And so the universe is an amazing thing. And I'm a big believer in it. So my platform is all good, all positive. Share, 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 and add to it. So anyways, what I wanted to share with you guys, speaking of sharing, is I was helping a lady that I do coaching for, and her main struggle was a struggle that a lot of women and men deal with. And I thought I'd like to share this with you guys really quickly, just because you guys are, giving up your most valuable resource, your time, and I do respect and appreciate that. But I put this blog up on my blog on my website, which is heytana.com. But if you hit /blog, you're going to get to it. And it's called, well, I don't want to call it mom guilt, but I did call it mom guilt when I wrote it. But then I realized, wait, my audience is a lot of men, and I don't want to leave men out, because it's not just mom guilt, but mothers talk to one another. And I believe that because we're females, we share more, and therefore we're telling each other that we have this guilt. But that's not to say dads don't have it. I know my husband, he's a wonderful father and he's a wonderful husband, but he has guilt when he goes on his annual fishing trip with his best friend, Andy. He calls home often to ask how the kids are doing, and internally he's probably having dad guilt, but he never labeled it that. He's never told his best friend, like, oh man, I shouldn't be having these beers with you and throwing the rod into the lake or river, whatever it is. I think it's a river. Wisconsin, I guess that's, where does he go? Hang on, I should know this. Where does he go? The Brule River. Okay, there you go. So when he throws his rod in the river, I'm sure he's like sitting there going, oh man, I've got guilt. I should be at home being a dad, but he really shouldn't be. So anyways, let's get back to the story. Mom guilt, but let's just forget the mom guilt part. And it's called working through exhaustion. I'm guilty of that. That's happening to me right now. That's probably why I got a little bit frustrated when our TNN episode wasn't working the professional way with the professional team that I have, who I love spending Thursday nights with. But instead of just saying, hey, I'm mad, it didn't work, I'm going to be a little spoiled brat, I'm going to be a little baby, screw all of my TNN followers, screw you all, I know you probably carved this time out, and just, go by. I had to make a choice to suck it up, Buttercup, and get on here and tell you guys that sometimes things don't work the way they're supposed to, and that's okay. So what I wanted to say to you is the blog that I have up on my website is Mom Guilt Working Through Exhaustion, because a lot of the people that I coach and deal with are exhausted. They're strapped so thin, they're hanging on by a thread, their lives, their finances, their emotional state of being. And I mean, I have all these things that are popping into my head. I want to say what's coming to my mind. So here's where I'm going. They're hanging on by a thread financially. Okay, that's terrible. I'm not a financial planner, so I can't help you there. I've never been one that ever spends more than I have, so I can't help you there. But a lot of people are living above their means, and that's a big problem. What I can help you with is a lot of people are hanging on by a thread emotionally. I can help you there. I shared with you guys a couple TNN episodes ago where there's dad is more or less just chucking his 4 kids to the curb and going to go shack up with the new girlfriend, move out of state, leave the kids. He couldn't do what I had suggested that he did. You guys remember that story? If you don't, it's on YouTube. It's like parenting. I think it's called Parenting 101 or Parenting Advice. Well, I checked in with him after that one, paid visit where he wanted to talk to me about something else, and I kind of hit a nerve when he said he was a crappy dad, and I was like, whoa, like we're going to start there. And after 2 hours of him not really wanting to hear what I had to say, I gave him some very simple practical advice on how he can have a better relationship with his 4 kids. And I checked back in, and he's like, yeah, no, I didn't do it. So 20 minutes a day, 20 minutes a week for each kid, that was too much. So I feel bad. He has decided to leave. He has decided to chuck his 4 kids to the curb, and I feel bad. I feel bad not for him, because he's got a new girlfriend, and that'll last for maybe a couple of months, but I feel bad for the 4 kids, because they didn't see it coming, and they didn't deserve it, and they didn't sign up to have a crappy parent. A lot of us didn't, and a lot of us have crappy parents. I'm blessed I don't have crappy parents, and I'm not just saying that because they're watching. But a lot of people say, oh, Tana, you don't know my story. You know, I was raped by my father. That's terrible. That hurts. Like, that's horrible. I'm so sorry. My mother was an alcoholic. I am so sorry about that. I have best friends that hate their parents, had no relationship with their parents, were happy when their parents died. I mean, those are terrible, terrible situations, but that's real life. And so then getting back to the people that I coach, financially strapped, hanging on by a thread, emotionally hanging on by a thread. And then there was one other thing that made me want to say, I think it was emotionally, that a lot of people are on drugs. A lot of people are using drugs to cope. And I can look in your eyes and tell immediately if you're all whacked out on drugs. And that's how people are coping. So we wonder why our society is so messed up. Adam is a good man. You know, I know Adam, and he's always commenting in my TNN episodes, like, Tana, more people need to be kind and loving and all these attributes that you're saying. And that's because he is not hanging on by a thread. So like-minded individuals see the value in other like-minded individuals that want to do good. But if you're medicating yourself, then you maybe need to ask yourself, you know, what is wrong in my life that I want to numb myself out? And that's what I like to help people with. So I wrote the blog about working through exhaustion because I realized that the majority of the people that I deal with are exhausted. And I catch myself, as I am right now, quite exhausted. But I choose to be exhausted because I love what I get to do. And I'm a big believer that when opportunity comes, you better grab it. And so when somebody says, hey, Tana, you know, we want you to shoot a pilot for this TV show. Okay, I'll do it. We want you to be a co-host on a radio show. Okay, I'll do it. We want you to be an ambassador for our new business. Okay, I'll do it. We want to pick up your book. Okay, I got to sit down and actually finish it. So there's just so many things that I want to do, but I'm a big believer that if you don't grab them when you have the opportunity, then the opportunity goes bye-bye. And I was just reminded of this yesterday when a Facebook memory came up of one of my girlfriends, Twyla Tanner, who I really want to have on the show someday. She'd be a great guest. I'm going to see what y'all have here. I still have had... Okay. Oh, you had good parents. Oh, wow. 93 and 84. Wow. Those are great ages. Well, so anyways, oh, hang on here. I better not look at those because I'll get off track here. Hang on. Bring it back. Hang on. Okay, exhaustion. I get to do all this stuff. Okay, that was it. I think that's where I was. I'm very excited that I get to do all the things that I do. Oh, Twyla, there it is. And so Twyla on Facebook Memory was our episode of Fear Factor. And I remember when they asked me to be on Fear Factor, I was like, wait, what? I'm the biggest chicken that there ever was. I'm not going to eat bugs. I'm not going to have snakes and spiders crawling all over me. But then I thought, well, wait, it's a whole different demographic. Didn't realize it was like 25-year-old men going to be staring at me in a bikini, but whatever, different demographic. And maybe that's why I sell so many books to men. I never thought of that. Males are the largest buyers of my books. That's interesting. But men really like Fear Factor. I didn't realize this till after when I had a lot of comments. But my point is that opportunity was given to one contestant of The Apprentice, and that was me. And then I got to choose who I wanted my partner to be. But let's just say I said, nah, I'm not going to do it. Like, nah, I'm going to think about it. Let me think about it. Well, guess what? They would have called another contestant on The Apprentice. Who knows? Might have been her. she wouldn't have done it. She'd been too chicken. But anyways, then I wouldn't have won TiVo for Life. Woohoo! I wouldn't have won $10,000. Woohoo! But I wouldn't have met Twyla or The Miz or, what was his name? Anthony. He's from Idol. Carmen from Idol. Just a bunch of great people. And that's where I met Twyla and fell in love with her. So opportunities come once, and I don't know how that all started, but we'll get back to the blog, because the blog is very important, because we're all working through exhaustion, and there's 3 tips that I share with you all. And I do want you to go to the blog because I want you to read it all, but I'll give you the 3 tips really quick because you've all been so patient. First thing is, reignite your passion. As I was saying, like, I'm tired, but getting up in the morning, doing interviews, doing TV, doing radio, putting the makeup on, then going working out, then washing the makeup off, and then, working and having clients and loving what I'm doing and being a wife and being a mother and taking care of all that, which at the end, I want to tell you a funny story. And so then, so I said working out, taking the makeup off, then putting the makeup back on for another TV hit, and then, doing all these other things. It's so exciting because it's my passion. If I hated it, it would stink. It would be no good. It'd be boring. I wouldn't want it. I'd be so tired. So reigniting your passion is the best cure for exhaustion. I see Glenn just joined me. Hey, Glenn. Glenn is one of my friends. Once again, opportunities come once. Glenn brought me into the Atlanta Chamber of Commerce, and I was a speaker at his group. And I loved him the minute I met him, and I believe he liked me the minute that he met me. And we were like-minded individuals, very, very positive, very uplifting. And we had a great time, and it was a wonderful event, and we rocked the house. And for those of you who know me well, you'll all get to know me well, but I love to bet, as a lot of you do know, and I'll bet anybody anything, and I bet Glenn something. I can't even remember what it was, but Glenn, if you remember what we bet, put it in the comments. And I shook on it, and we shook on it, and I said, okay, here's what I want if I win, and what do you want if you win? And so we had that all figured out, and I won. And Glenn is a man of his word, because he then in the mail sent me what he needed to send me, which were some DVDs that I wanted, because he had a really great packaging, marketing packaging and whatnot. But Glenn is an author of a few books. I happen to just receive one. Now my office is a mess, or I'd have it here, but he sent me a copy of one of his most popular books. Put it in the comments, because we support one another here at TNN. And Glenn wrote about me, and Glenn wrote that the biggest takeaway that he learned from me was to be unforgettable, and don't ever, ever compromise that. And so he talks about how I was an unforgettable speaker, and we became friends from that. But anyways, the 3 tips that I share with people about overcoming or working through exhaustion is: 1, reigniting the passion. Passion is, the cure for exhaustion. And 2 is involving your family and friends. And I struggle in that one horribly. So I'm not going to ever claim that I am better than any of you. That's not what this is all about. This is a platform of honesty. I want you to know I'm terrible at asking for help. I don't know where it comes from. I don't believe I was let down too many times in my life where, I asked for help and never got it many times in my life, but I struggle because I am just the type of person that does it all because I can do it all, and I have a lot of energy, and most people are dragging, and so for me to have to explain something to somebody who's dragging isn't my cup of tea, so I'd rather just do it myself. But I was getting ready for this episode, and like I said, for those of you who just joined, I had some technical difficulties, and that's why I have a great team of Paul and John who helped me, but we had trouble, and I could have asked my husband to ruin his dinner break and not eat and help me, and I wanted to. But I also love being a good wife, and I know that his dinner break is sacred to him. It's necessary to him. And so I didn't bug him to come and help me because I wanted him to have his dinner break. I look at that as a flaw because I am not good at asking family and friends for help when it's temporary. If it's a long-term thing, like when I was going on The Apprentice, I knew I was going to be away from my children for a very long period of time because I had planned on winning the thing and going all the way to the end, which I did. Go all the way to the end, that is. So I had to then recruit help, and I called my mother and said, hey, Mom, like, I can't do this without you. Would you help me? Would you... And, you have to tell people what it is that you would like them to do. And so I asked her, Mom, would you come to Iowa? And that's a big stretch because she's from California and not many people want to come here and freeze. And I don't blame them. There's some love. I see a lot of hearts and whatnot. So y'all know what it's like here. I'm actually freezing right now. But anyways, so I had asked her, would you come, put your life on hold, and I'm going to need you for a month. And that's a long time. And she said, sure. Then I called Curtis's mom and asked her if she'd come for a month. And she said, sure. So between my mom and his mom, my kids were covered very, very nicely by grandparents. And my husband was a saint because he had his mother-in-law and his mother in the house for 2 months. But it was all worth it. And then the third thing that I teach people and really want everybody on the episode to understand is the best way and the best cure for beating exhaustion is to sleep. And I can't tell you how many times I've been interviewed in my life, and the interviewer will say, have you always had this much energy? Or is this induced? Meaning, are you on drugs? And then I say, I'm not on any drugs. And, I've always been this way. And they go, well, what do you attribute it to? And so when I tell people this, their face drops because they're not expecting this. But what I attribute my high energy to is I eat 3 meals a day. There's no exceptions. Unless, of course, like I'm on The Apprentice and they're starving me, or I'm traveling and I can't get a good meal. And I sleep at least 7 hours every single night, except for when I was on The Apprentice. I didn't sleep 7 hours. So eating well, but I say sleep. A lot of people don't eat well, and they're okay that way. But the sleep is so crucial. And I've always told my children, if you're having a bad day, there's nothing a nap won't cure. Or if you can't take a nap, there's nothing that a good night's sleep won't cure. So you may be having the worst day of your life, but guess what? Call me in the morning. And they always call and say, you're right, Mom. I'm so much better. And I think we all are. So please go to heytana.com. I have a blog. Take a little peek at it. I've got the comment section open. So go ahead and put a comment in if you liked it and what you thought, you took from it. And I read those, and I would find value in seeing if that helped. And there's more to come. And let's see. So I know I wanted to talk to you guys all about President Trump and the 4.5 million jobs that he created. I almost feel like I did get off course, but that was important for me to share that with you all. Let's see. I see Tana, how is Tana commenting? Is this not really live? No, this is live. I'm live, honey. I'm live. Let's go through really quick what I wanted to say about President Trump. 4.5 million jobs have been created since he became the president. That's so exciting to me. We live in the best country on the entire planet. We have wages are up 3%. Do you know what that means? People that could not find work in the past, they have work. Unemployment is the lowest it's ever been. But when you find work, you're getting paid more money. And I think I'm going to save my Mike Rose story for next TNN because, maybe I'm going to be in California next TNN. Remind me, look at, when you know it, it's saying, Tana, you're low power. Good, I'm about ready to wrap it up. Remind me, not next episode, because I am going to do TNN in California with I know y'all have requested my dad. I might do with a bunch of the family members. Maybe we can talk about memories, mishaps. Who the heck knows? I like that. Memories and mishaps. We have a lot of those. But that's going to be Thursday. But so I'm going to save my Mike Rose story for you guys for 2 TNN episodes away. And then I'm going to get into the skilled laborers. But I want to say being part of the advisory board for President Trump for the 2020 campaign is very exciting because I get to see what's coming down the pike. I get to see what his plans are for the veterans and how he is holding the VA so accountable and all this other stuff. He's got a great things in store. I'm not at liberty to reveal anything just yet, but you guys, we are just getting started. As I typed in my comments, getting ready to go on this live video. We're just getting started. This is the greatest time on earth to be a small business owner. I recommend anybody who's ever thought about being a business owner like myself, do it. It's the best thing you'll ever do in your life. It's so fun. It's so exciting if you love what you do and you're not being a fake or a phony. So I want to say, I know I can't wait to read all the comments. This is exciting. If you can tune in next Thursday, Thanksgiving. I'm not sure what time will be good. I'll have to just see. I'll be on the West Coast, warm in Palm Springs. But we'll do it. And for those of you who are trying to get a little break from the family or try to avoid the family or just try to bring the family in for love and positivity and laughs, guarantee you there'll be some laughs. Tune in. I'd love to have you. But once again, if you don't mind going out, sharing the video, going and following me on YouTube. YouTube is watching me. They want to see my numbers go up because they're putting out, they want more positive content. So guess what? They're interested in me putting more positive content out. So what do I need from you? I need you to please share my YouTube channel so we can get those numbers up. But for now, I want to thank you guys so much for sharing your most valuable asset with me, and that's your time. So I want you to go have a wonderful Thursday evening, and until next week, oh, I wanted to say really funny. My daughter sent me a text today saying, "Hey, Mom, how do you microwave a 25-pound turkey?" I don't know if any of you have got this yet, but I'm getting a lot of hearts, so I'm guessing y'all have got this. So she sends me this text, "How do you microwave a 25-pound turkey?" And I'm like, "Why?" And she's like, "I need to microwave a turkey." I go, "Who's doing this?" And she goes, "Me." And I go, "Why are you microwaving a turkey, Tori? That's not how you cook a turkey." And she goes, "It's for Friendsgiving." Okay, so I'm figuring, oh, okay, this is something sorority girls are doing. Okay, now my daughter wants to cook a turkey in a microwave. So I'm trying not to have a heart attack, but I'm like, oh my gosh, like I don't want to problem solve this right now. So I said, "I don't recommend it." And she said, I don't have the time, Mom. I need to microwave the turkey. Do you suggest 3 minutes? I'm like, "What? 3 minutes?" I said, "What are you smoking?" And she doesn't smoke. "What are you smoking?" I said, "It takes turkeys 3 hours to cook, not 3 minutes." I said, "I don't recommend this." And then she sent me a screenshot that says, "You want to freak your mom out? Send her a text asking her how to cook a 25-pound turkey in a microwave and then post the comments." So she's posting, "What are you smoking? That's not how you cook a turkey. It takes 3 hours, not 3 minutes." And I was like, oh my gosh. So I was so relieved. And I was like, that's the benefit of having kids. Just to make you laugh like that. I almost wanted to do it to my mother, but my mother would have called me up and go, "Have you lost your mind? You don't cook a turkey in a microwave." So I hope I didn't ruin it if any of you all are going to get that, but that was so funny. And that got me laughing today. So I hope you guys have a wonderful evening. Thanks again so much for joining me. I hope to see you next week on Thanksgiving. Bye for now.